I thought all the things that they were revealing seemed pretty suboptimal. I was like, oh, this set is gonna suck. Boy, was I wrong. What's going on, guys? Logan JYA here, and this man, Playmaker TB, I don't know how he did it, managed to get his hands on this Bonanza pack super duper early. The first opening anybody has seen on YouTube, and people have been losing their minds over the reprints in this darn set. He knows the other cards inside the set, the things that he didn't pull. From the way he was talking throughout the video, that was just the vibe that I was getting. This could be an artificially created content creator to leak out this early information about the product. Just me putting out a guess there. I could be wrong. Without further ado, though, I want to hop into the top 10 reprints that we know of out of the Bonanza. Only out of what we know so far. I'm doing it one card at a time. Maybe I'll talk about themes as we go through it. Number 10, I'm talking about the Ritual Beast Tamer Elder. This card was like 11 or 12 bucks. It was one of the few cards for the Ritual Beast that really gained a crap ton of value after they got the new support, and just because it wasn't reprinted. So now this card's going to be dirt cheap, 25 cents super. Probably not even the greatest QCR that you could pull, that's for darn sure. Yeah, man, this card is going to hit the dirt real hard, but it's a good reprint for the people who are trying to play the deck. Also, nice moment to add that they completely shafted the Drytron community with this set, dude. Where was Nova? Where was Medionis? You reprint the Ritual Beast? Why don't you throw these guys in there, too? I get it. This is supposed to be a nostalgia set, so that makes a lot of sense with the archetypes they ended up sticking in here. Number 9 is this Secret 6 Samurai Kizaru, and again, I want to explicitly call him out as a card that was like 11 or 12 bucks for an archetype that just recently got support in the new sets. Makes a lot of sense that they put this guy in here. I'm probably looking at another 25-50 cent card. I don't know why. I feel like the QCR for him is going to hold more value than the QCR for the Ritual Beast Tamer. I could be wrong on that, but I know 6 Samurai players, dude, and their decks can get hella nice. So I can understand them chasing after those QCRs maybe a little bit harder than the Ritual Beast players would. But again, a very helpful reprint to cool down an archetype. And you're going to see that as we go through some of these early ones in the list, and you're going to see the high-impact guys at the end. You might already be guessing what the last card is, but maybe you'd be wrong. Let's check out the next one. All right, number 8, we're talking about Mermel Abyssteus. Again, same deal. Cooling the jets of the price on a high-profile archetype that people really want to play since it just got support in Rhoda. And dude, Mermel is a classic, dude, and Abyssteus was holding hella value for your ultras, for your alties. I really can't wait to see how this affects the price of the alti. Now, mind you, if you're a water player and you really love the deck, you're probably still going to be chasing after the alti Dragoons, the alti Abyssteus, all of those OGs. I wouldn't blame you for it either. But for the other guys who are trying to get into the archetype and didn't want to be spending upwards of $20, $30 on a UR for the OG Abyssteus, this is saving your bacon right now. And dude, yeah, shout out to Mermel as an archetype right now. You've got double title, you've got all of your mainline support cards just got released. I feel like this deck is filthy. I would really play it if I felt like putting it together. I'm gonna have to think through this one. I'm gonna think on it. Water has really tempted me right now. Number 7 are all of the Dragon Rulers. Alright, I lumped a bunch together for this one, and this is one prediction that I had 100% right, bro. I knew it. After they brought those Dragon Rulers back up to 2 on the ban list, there was no chance in heck that they weren't going to reprint them in the Bonanza set. I so badly want a playset of each Dragon Ruler in QCR, so for me, I'm very selfish on this one. I was super stoked by these reprints, but they didn't just do the big guys. No, they also hooked us up with the little ones. For example, Burner, I think this was like a $2 to $3 common. So it's really nice that they're cooling the jets. This is going to be a situation where, like the other reprints we've talked about so far, price is going to tank. Again, there are going to be so many of these guys flooding the markets. We're looking at quarters, dude. Definitely quarters on all of the Dragon Rulers. Your big ones and your small ones. Going to be dirt cheap. And honestly, if you want to play Dragon Lures, we already got a deck list out for you, and I'm working on the next iteration of it. So if you want to see more Dragon Lure stuff, let me know in the comments down below. It's one of my favorite archetypes of all time, so I'm more than happy to talk about them. But without further ado, let's move on. Number 6. Okay, we heard that they're getting new support, so this is a preemptive reprint. It makes a lot of sense, too, because they reprinted the Ritual Beast. Yeah, they're reprinting the Necros as well. This is a smart move, and frankly, if you are investing in this Bonanza set, or you're picking up a box or whatever, or you're trying to grab singles out of it, I think you'd be smart to get your hands on these Necros cards early, before the new support comes out, before we have more of an idea what all these cards are going to be doing. Get your hands on them. This is the OG Ritual. Okay, not OG, but this was one of those first Tier 0 Ritual decks before Drytron came out, dude, that I really had a heart for. And oh my god, if you played at the time, bro, you know how hard it was to put this deck together, man. Now it's going to be easier than ever, so be smart. Get your hands on those Necros now. I think we only saw Trishula out of this guy's boxes, out of Mr. Playmaker, the Plants boxes, but there's probably a Brio hiding in there as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, question in chat, do this mean that Necros can have something unbanned? The only card I think that they still have banned is Jin. And I don't think Jin can come back at all. That card is insane. But if they did bring it back, holy smokes, we'd be breaking that bad boy. Oh my lord. That card's not healthy, though. We got to keep that guy out. Get him out of here. Get him out. Number 5 is the Fabled Lurie. Again, a very important reprint for any guys who are trying to play the Fiendsmith engine. Couldn't get their hands on this Fabled guy because it was $7 or $8 for a common or a dual terminal card. Yeah, nah, this is good for that price. This one's probably going to be even less. It's like a 10-cent card, dude, because if you're not playing Fiendsmith, this is straight pack filler, and it is a one-of. So, again, going to be super duper dirt cheap, but it's going to help out the people who needed it for a meta-relevant archetype, so it's pretty timely. Number 4, we're getting into the real good stuff now, but I'm going to kind of speed run through these and talk about something else while we're at it. We've got the Wanted, reprinted, again. Now this card is going to be stupid cheap. So if you're trying to build that Azamina stuff, maybe get your hands on the Azamina side of things now and wait on your Diabolstars, wait on your Wanteds, because the price just tanked. Dude, can you believe it? They really just ran this one into the ground so hard, so early. And this, among other reprints, is really putting a damper on those 24 Megatins. And I want to ask you all, for your honest opinion, do you think that the Bonanza set has officially made this year's Megatins the worst Megatins of all time? Because it's a shaft, dude. It's a total shaft. You basically clickbaited the whole Yu-Gi-Oh community. For anyone who wanted to play Wanted, Snake Eye, whatever it may be, they were like, oh, dude, yeah, you got some fresh reprints in here. And they were holding significant value, you know, $20 a copy on the Wanteds, and even Diabolstars were still up there for 10s, 15s. Now they are going to be quarters. Actual quarters. Kind of crazy to think about. Number 3 is another real easy one, the Bonfire. A difficult card to pull comparatively, a little bit more so than Wanted since it was in a side set compared to a mainline set. But again, just reprinted in the tins. Now it's put in the dirt. Quarter card, dude. This card is going to be dirt cheap. If you were trying to play any sort of fire deck, whether it be Fire King, Snake Eye, Sugma, you can have the chance to do so for cheaper than ever as soon as the set drops. Do we think collectively that it was a good thing to reprint these cards again? For the player base overall, who cares about the price of the tins? Was it a good decision to reprint these cards in such close succession to the tins themselves? Alright, number 2 and number 1, we're getting into the real high-profile stuff that we know about. So I don't think it's going to be crazy controversial. Number 2, the Thrust. Wow. That's an insult to the tins, because this card, I think, is on its 4th reprint now? 4th? Maybe 5th? I don't know. But again, this is getting the rarity collection treatment. You can see supers, ultras, whatever the heck. Gonna bring it down to like a $2 card. Now, comparatively to the Ritual Beasts and all of the other ones, the Lurie, the other more niche application cards that got reprinted, this is something that everybody can use and would be smart to have a playset of. So I can see this one holding more value. If we look back at Rarity Collection 1, Triple Tactic Talent out of that set, even the Supers, the Ultras, are still $3 to $4 to $5, I think, a copy right now. So yeah, I can see the same thing happening for Thrust. This is probably one of the best reprints in the set, and you'd be a fool not to get your hands on as many copies as you can for the low as soon as the set drops. But again, this was kind of just like breaking the kneecaps off of that brand new tin. Absolutely insane. Alright, y'all, what do you think number 1 is? Does this come as a surprise to anybody? The number 1 reprint in this set is SP. Even after the tins came out, SP was still a 30-something, 40-something even dollar card. Maybe it got boiled down to 20. I don't know. I think it was still pretty expensive there. I could go check right now, but I'm not going to. What's the point? Because it's probably hit the dirt pretty darn hard. Because now, everybody's going to have access to this card. It's mostly a one-of in everybody's decks. Every single deck in the universe is playing at least one of this card. Well, guess what? Now, you got no excuse. It is going to be stupid cheap. In a similar vein to Thrust, since it's something that everyone's going to want, I think it will hold some relative value, like maybe $1, maybe $2 per copy. But again, it's a 1 of, not a 3 of, so I could also be wrong on that. It might be even cheaper. It might be a sub-dollar card now, and that feels weird to say, given how, objectively speaking, this card came out pretty recently. And it just got its first reprint. Now they're throwing it into the dirt. That's insane. I'm curious to see what the alternate rarities of the SP are going to go for as well. I don't think they're reprinting QCRs again, right? They think they only get one QCR, so I don't know if this will be a QCR in this set as well. But the Platinums, the Collector's Rares, what are those going to go for on SP? I've got no idea. But this is unequivocally, without a doubt, the best reprint to come out of the Bonanza, because it's the most widely applicable that anybody can and will use, and frankly, is going to be very welcome for those budget players who couldn't get their hands on them even out of the Megatins because it was still holding significant value. So I think, without a doubt, it's pretty safe to say this is the greatest reprint that we saw in the Bonanza set. But that's all I've got for this top 10 breakdown of the reprints that we know of right now in the Bonanza. I know I asked a lot of questions this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and what else do you think is coming out in this set? What have we yet to see that you anticipate being in there? That's all I got today. Logan JYA signing off. Have a great day. We'll see you beautiful people later. Peace.